Hey, what's up, YouTube? Sorry for the crappy quality of the video. It's dark in here. It's like 2:30 in the morning. Today I was going to do a discussion on how to beat bujins because a couple people have asked me, quite a few people have asked me about that because I have played against the deck quite a few times and I've never lost to it in tournament play. I've only lost to it when friends of mine that play it get lucky and pull a win out of their ass. But anyways, I just want to discuss a few cards that I personally think is good against them. I've used them and they've worked well for me. I've seen them work well for others as well. Um, I run Dark World 90% of the time when I go to a big tournament because I've done well with Dark World several times. I've gotten several invites with it because I know the deck in and out. I know what I can do with it. I know pretty much all the rulings for the deck or for something that's going to try to go against the deck. So that's why I run it. So obviously my first choice is going to be Mind Crush. Mind Crush against Bujins is really good. If you're able to go first, they're going to open up with Yamato. They're going to end their turn. They're going to add something. Mind Crush, pretty simple. Um, Dust Tornado is really good against that deck because they rely on being able to play Kaiser Coliseum and keep control of the field. So Dust Tornadoes is going to be good. I mean, it's going to be good to side Dust Tornadoes, like 3 of them, for a big tournament anyways, because it's not just for Bujins. It can go against Inzectors, spell books, anything that is going to rely on some certain backfield, not necessarily things like Bottomless and Warning and stuff like that. It's against stuff like Fire Fists. Fire Fists rely on their spells and their traps in order to screw you up. So when you dust on the end phase, it totally breaks the deck down. So that's always a good card to have. T-King, Thunder King Rayo, always a good card, even though it's at 1, regretfully. If you can open up with it, normal summon it, end turn. If they don't have an answer to it, they can't get Yamato's effect. They can't really do anything about it. So it's good. Also, DD Crow. With the new ruling on DD Crow, as far as cards that go to the graveyard for an effect have to remain in the graveyard for an effect to resolve. If it's banished, it doesn't get the effect. It's good against them. I mean, side a couple of them in, so when they discard something to try to screw you over, you crow it. It doesn't really matter what they discarded because it doesn't get the effect in them anyways, so it's a good card to side, I feel, against Bujins. A couple others like Raikou, when they run into it, you can pop anything that you want. So it's good to have that. Being able to pop one card on the field, no matter what it is, whatever is going to hurt you the most, whether it be the Kaiser Coliseum or a face down that you're fearing or the Yamato they have themselves, whatever, it's good. I don't really agree with this because I run Dark World, so it does not help me, but a lot of other people that don't run Dark World say that these two cards are really good to run against as far as siding would be Macros Cosmos and D Fisher because their cards have to be discarded to the graveyard in order to get their effects because they all say you can discard this card to the graveyard or when this card is discarded to the graveyard, whatever. It doesn't go to the graveyard, so it doesn't really, you know, help them at all. It may hurt you, but as long as you're running a deck that it's not going to hurt you as much as it would them, then it's really not that big a deal. So you want to pop something off like Macros on, a turn when they're about to drop something. If you're going to attack and they're trying to drop something like I think it's Crane or whatever like acts like a Blackwing, like a Kalute. Okay, pop up Macros Cosmos before you start to attack, so they can't do anything. Well, they can't discard. You're gonna pop their monster. You're gonna pop whatever's attached to it if they have like some sort of a Eclipse spell card or something like that, and then you can just go off. Now, if you haven't normal summoned yet or something like that or whatever, the Kaiser Coliseum doesn't really matter anymore. You can go ahead and do whatever in main phase 2. It is pretty good to run that. There's just a few cards that I wanted to discuss with you guys. Give you my side of what I thought. A lot of people liked what I thought at the locals and just different places I've had the same discussion about. Just haven't really had time to get a chance to put it on here. So you guys let me know what you think. Like my link. Later.